Hi everyone, this is Bekka. You could call me whatever you want, and we're here. Why? Because Spirit. I feel like this message is really about somebody who needs more patience. You have something that you've been working on, something you've been wanting to do, and things aren't formulating as you would like. Things aren't coming into life in the way that you want them to. They're not being bred in the way that you need them. Okay, we're gonna pull some cards and we're gonna get down to the bottom of this. Okay, we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Okay, then we have jump in. Okay, adventure, say yes to change. Spirit is showing me a sense of embodiment that needs to happen. Okay, there is this unbecoming that you have walked through recently, but you're not fully embracing what's necessary. There's still some inauthenticity that you are walking around in. It seems like you're semi-cloaked. It's like, oh, I can go in, but I'm not going to go all in, because what if I get disappointed? What if I what if, you know, the door gets closed in my face? It's like you're preparing for the downfall, which is very odd because that's not you. That's not your energy. We have oneness here. And again, this is just confirmation about you, body, mind, and spirit all need to be one. This is a step in the journey where you can't half-ass anything, baby. Okay? You got to show up. You got to show up and you got to show out. And you got to do what you got to do. And it's like, things aren't going to shake for you. Things aren't going to change for you. Things aren't going to move for you until you go in all the way. It's not about the disappointments. It's about what you learn on the journey. I think you are looking at this. It's so much passion and energy behind this, okay? And the passion and the energy is like, oh, by the way, this is a 9 card, which is like, that's all that's necessary. This is like the last step of oneness, the last step of creating. Okay. We have the learning and the truth card here as well. That's really what your journey's about. I'm sorry. Well, I guess that's confirmation, right? With the phone. This is really what this confirmation's about. It's like the learning that you're developing, the truth. And Spirit's even telling me this isn't your end destination. This isn't your end all be all. This is just the start. I think you feel like, oh, well, damn, I've gone this far. I've come to this place. I've achieved these things. I have, stepped up to the, it's like, there's more. There's more after this. You think that this is going to be the final destination, the final stop. It's like I see like a roller coaster. You're like, okay, this is where the ride's gonna end, and like I'm not gonna have to do, like, no, you're being prepared for something even greater than what you think. Okay, let me tap in to some more cards here. Okay, because I really feel there's this, your soul is so ready to experience new life on a whole nother plane. And ooh, praise God. Okay, we have inner conflict here, and we have heartache in reverse. Okay, and the heartache in the reverse came out second, but I feel like this is a message where you, look at me like Will over here touching the back of my neck. Baby, we like to have fun here. If you can't have fun, baby, I don't know what you could do, okay? You got to find moments of joy. And maybe that's the message that somebody needs to hear. You know, oh, why is she playing? It's just like, there needs to be some joy in your spirits. Now, we have the heartache card here coming out in the reverse, because you see the pile that the things have fallen away, but it's time for you to move forward. I feel like you know this. You're not equating what happened to you as this is attached to me. And I feel like that's where your blessing is, you know, this is why you're bound to be blessed, okay? The inner conflict is you feeling you're too smart for your own good. It's like, yep, I already know that. Yep. And this is gonna be the end. Like, it's almost like you think you know everything. This is the way Spirit is showing it to me. And usually when we behave that way, Spirit has a way of humbling us. And I don't want you to step into this next area of life being like, oh, well, you know, yeah, this is it. You need to be like, okay, Spirit, it's like you need more flexibility. And usually when we don't have enough flexibility, Spirit takes us through a humbling initiation. And I don't want that to happen for you. So this is your warning now. Okay, baby, I'm going through my own humbling because I thought Spirit will take anything real quick if we're not really gauging who we are, gauging what's going on. I actually feel called to pull from this deck. So I want you to really know there's more flexibility. This is not the end, okay? Woo! Baby, praise God. We have the vision card here. I feel like the vision card is a full sentiment that Spirit said there's more behind the picture, okay? And as you can see with this card, okay, it's like it goes deeper. There's levels to this, okay? It's like you're here in the flesh. You're right here in the beginning stages. You see this part of the vision, but there's more parts. Every circle goes deeper, okay? So Spirit's telling me to let you know this is not a time, sorry. Sometimes that happens, like my nose, I have to Spirit's saying for you not to be so rigid, to not feel so narrow-minded. Ooh, okay, the message is getting even clearer. As we are approaching this Saturn in Aries, you know, a lot of people like to say that Pisces is the illusion person. Pisces is the one who's making the grand plans. Pisces is the one that's, you know, putting all of the, oh, once we get out, we're free. And to be honest, for the Pisces and Saturn natives, yeah, there is some freedom here. But we have to remember that Aries carries its own delusions. The mask, excuse me, the mask. First of all, there's nobody going to be able to hide. Your truths are going to be out there, okay? But with the delusion and with this mask, have you ever seen horses? You know, this is a fire horse year, and I feel like this is very equivalent to this mask. You see how they have the blinders they put on the horse? That's this Saturn and Aries energy. A lot, you know, Aries placements and Saturn and Aries, you get tunnel vision a lot. You just have one goal in mind, and it's just like, okay, I'm right here. And that is its own set of illusion and delusion. You can't wear the blinder mask because you're going to need to pivot. A lot of times Aries just, oh, boom, full force. Let me just go all in right here on this. This is going to breed a slow transition. You think this is the whole vision, but it's going to take time for you to peel the layers back one by one by one. It's like opening a flower to blossom, like the lotus flower. It's not just, oh, you know, 2 petals, that's it. It's like there's more that opens up. So think of it as a layered system that you're walking into right now, that there's going to be more breeding. And you know, once you feel like, okay, I reached this destination, it's like there's more to this destination. And that truly, that's just spiritual embodiment. Like, you know, that's just spiritual law. It's like, it's the spiral method. If you guys want to look up the spiritual spiral and what that is, it's like you going further in, deeper and deeper and deeper till you get to the root. And Spirit is bringing you to the root. And once you get to the root, guess what? There's more roots in the ground. It's more connected. It might be connected to a whole nother tree, a whole nother plant system. You know, how far are these roots? There is a continuous flow that is going to be happening in your life. So the message really truly is for this group to not be so rigid moving forward, to unmask yourself and be okay with things changing. Be okay with you making up a new plan. I can't even think of the word right now, but it's not important. Okay, we need more flexibility for you. You cannot be just so one-sided with where you're going, because you are a multi-dimensional being. You have so much tremendous energy on you. But if you keep looking at it as like a final destination, a final choice, like an end, like it's not that. And I want it to be very clear that it's not that. There's more layers that are gonna be pulling back during this time. So if you can be ready to pivot, that's the word I was looking for. If you can be ready to pivot and move, okay, Spirit's also showing me it's time for you to keep in oneness with your connections. Your connections are very important to maintain, because I feel there's going to be some messages coming across with other people, and they're going to be able to give you more vision. Okay, look at this. We have the Chariot. This is also confirmation here about the horse with the blinders. Okay, and as you can see, they actually do have blinders on. I don't know if you guys could really tell, but this says charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. And we have 6 energy. This is like daily work. This is the things that you're gonna have to put the energy in. It's like, you know, building a business, for example. You know, you have to create the labels, you got to create the name, you got to create the brand, you got to create the logo, you got to create the colors, you know, the color palette, you have to create the product. Okay, you have to source the product, you have to, you know, file, you know, your LLC, or, you know, whatever you're gonna do. You got to trademark. It's like there's levels to this. And the more that you can pivot and learn along the way, the easier this transition in your life is gonna be. But it's all going to be upon whether you stay rigid or not. And the more rigid you are, the more Spirit is going to bring in this humbling. Okay? That's your message. I love you.